Hi everybody, it's Tyson here from digitalphotographydepartment.com. Today I wanted to show you how I use the textures from the texture packages so that when you download your texture package you have an idea of where you're going. Some of you guys may already be using textures and may be able to just skip this video. Others may have never even heard of using textures before, and you'll definitely want to watch this and download at least the free texture package. So today we're working in Photoshop. This is CS3. Any version you have is going to work just fine. All we're using is layers. So I have the image I want to texturize here, which is a picture of the Alamo that I took when I was out in San Antonio, and then I have one of the textures from the free texture package that I think is really cool, and I hope you like it too. What I'm going to do first is I made sure that the image and the texture were the same size, and that's really important because you don't want to have you definitely don't want to have a texture that's smaller than your image, because then you're only going to texturize a small section of your image. If anything, you want to have an image that's smaller than the texture. So I try to make them the exact same size because I want to use the entire texture on my image. Now, what I'm going to do first is select all on the texture and copy. Once I have the texture copied, I'm going to reselect my picture and create a new layer down here in the layers panel. Once I've created the new layer, I'm going to paste my texture on top here. And at first the texture is going to completely overpower your image, and that's okay, that's completely normal. And come in here to the opacity and the fill in the layers panel and adjust it to whatever effect you're looking to get. Today what I'm looking to get is I want to just add a little bit of drama and grit to the picture. I still want the Alamo to be the most prominent feature in the image, so I'm going to start at about 44% for fill and 44% for opacity, because I know that usually between 40 and 50% is where I get this feeling or this effect. So at 44% looks pretty good. I would say a couple areas in the sky here are a little light, so I'm going to come up here and bump the opacity and fill up to 47. And there's lots of different ways to use these textures. You may want the texture to be more prominent than the image. You may want to hide certain parts of the image with the texture. I've even dodged and burned and erased parts of textures in images to get effects that I'm looking for. But here at 47% looks exactly like what I want. I just wanted to add a little bit of drama and grit, like I said, to the picture of the Alamo. So I've got that here at 47%, and I'm pretty happy with the results. So you can use these textures however you want. Remember to get over to digitalphotographydepartment.com and find the texture page and download your free texture package. There's a couple textures in there that you can start playing around with this and seeing how it works with your images. If you have any questions at all, please post your questions in the comments box on the textures page so that I can get them answered. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.